Copy.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
And let's not forget about Rob joining Scott over there.
And Jared.
And Jared, that's right. Jared. Just getting too used to these guys being here. For getting introduced. So dang, we're gonna change everything. What's going on?
Not much.
Not much. You guys ready for
Got the
it?
Cold as
smoker.
hell out here.
That what? And then what?
I said it's cold as hell out here.
What is cold as hell?
I don't think we got above 44 today.
Okay, that's a little nippy. Yeah.
I'm in Arizona. This nuts.
Yeah, that's definitely chilly. Yeah.
Over the fold. Is that
I
all?
was at the river the other day, and it was like my hands are freezing because the water's too damn cold.
Well, now is that glacier runoff water, Rob?
Oh, snow melt.
Yeah. And Tim, he's not joking, because if you just sit beside the water, you're gonna be freezing. Like, you can keep a 6-pack cold beside the water, not even in the water, just have it sitting beside the water. It's chilly. The air coming off of that water is cold. Everything's cold. You're cold. It sucks.
But it's
cold.
supposed to be so hot down there that it feels good to you guys, right?
That's not the way it works.
That's not the way it's working.
No.
At least I'm digging gold, you know.
Yeah.
That's good. That's all that matters.
Well, yeah, you're
Right?
still good. You're still doing good.
Yeah.
Speaking of digging gold, Scott, you got some gold prices for us? I know we're speeding it up because we got guests. So we'll just.
Well, you know what? I actually don't. But you know what I can do is I can find them for you really quick.
Okay. Well, that's
I
cool.
guess you gotta go to the search bar and go to the holy K. Wait. Wait. There it is, right there. You know, it's really funny because if you guys been following anything through the week, it's really nuts right now. And I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, yeah, the prices are as they are. Right now, the ASCA price is $19.27, which is really good, but it's kind of funny because it went down $5.90.
Right. Still, that's good, though. Nothing to complain about there.
Well, I'm just saying there's a lot of things going up. You got to watch what's happening in your markets now. What goes up, what goes down, how it doesn't. Anyway, we got silver actually went up. Guess what?
25.
0.7. It's 0.7. It's X23.91, but you know what? I do remember when it was 24.65. So that would have been the time to dump everything if you had it.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? You've had that silver for 25 years. Anyway, we got platinum. we got platinum actually went up $6, which ain't enough for anything. But anyway, it's at $1,062.
Okay. Not wrong with that.
Palladium took a hit at $22 down. That might have hurt somebody somewhere. Because you remember $22 on the market. If you got big money, that's a lot.
Right.
But anyway, that is at 1,000. Is it 8? What's it say? 1,008?
$1,800
Yeah.
on the palladium, which is down 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
It dropped. Rhodium. Why is rhodium always comes on Sunday? I don't understand that.
Well, it seems like it had some sort of activity, but
It didn't go
right
nowhere.
now they're bidding at 11, asking 13.
All right.
Okay.
And that's for rhodium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rhodium just stays
Yeah.
it's weird because they're like, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, and then by the end of the day, they're like, yeah, we'll just keep it the same.
Rhodium. But Bitcoin, now they're
Up,
Quit with the Bitcoin,
up
Tim.
0.31% on the new day at $22,784.05.
and it was up to 23 yesterday, wasn't it? Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
I seen it at 20.
Had a little bit of a pullback.
Yeah.
It was 23.2.
Yeah. See?
You guys
Not-
with that
there's
Bitcoin,
your
man.
fake
I'm
money.
telling you.
Going up. It's going up. It's moving on
You
up. It's like
don't want
Jefferson.
it. You don't want it.
You see, yes, you do.
I do not want. Look, I do not want a currency that I cannot handle in my hand. I don't need a currency that's on a computer.
No.
You cannot control it. Anybody can hack it. Somebody can steal it. It's the stupidest thing you could ever freaking dream of. It's like, man, if I come up with this freaking whole new thing, it'd be like the freaking mob. They control everything. Why? You know what? I don't care if you don't like it or not. I just cut you off.
I just like pulling your chain.
It is not right. It's just crap. If you guys get into cryptocurrency, you're
geniuses.
you know what? You're throwing your rights and your life away. And you're throwing your next 3 generations away. It's crap. It's stupid. You know what? This has nothing to do with Gold Prospector Space Radio. This is Scott Tony saying what he wants right now. Sorry about that. It is what it is.
Okay,
I don't like cryptocurrency. I don't accept it. I don't buy it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm curious about the guests you guys have coming up.
Uh-huh.
Are they gold miners or are they behind the scenes miners?
Well, we'll find out in a couple minutes.
All right.
What do you think about that, Rob? Does that answer? Maybe.
The answer is both.
The answer is both, Rob.
Maybe I might be able to squeeze my way into a job up there.
Do you really want to do that, Rob?
Oh yeah, I would like to try it.
You don't think this
Yeah.
guy would jump on a chance to go to Alaska?
No, I think he would. But I mean,
I know he would.
But do you want to really? I mean, you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't do it. I think why do you just go down there and somebody will hire you?
Yeah, but that's a chance you got to take.
Right, you got to take that
Yeah.
chance. You know,
And that
He
usually
ain't,
ain't a
he ain't
good
getting
one.
rich. He ain't getting rich in Arizona. So
get you a pocket full of money and head down there. And, you know, because you're gonna need it to stay somewhere until you do get hired.
Yeah, make sure you got enough to get back. if you-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Well,
do
I'm
it.
They
saying,
said-
hey, if you can guarantee me this, I'll get there and get back.
Do it, Rob. Just go.
Yeah.
You'll get a job if you go down there. I guarantee you that, probably.
Yeah.
You know, I guarantee you'd probably get a job. I think you would. You know what you're doing. You're a hard worker. Yeah. So I
And
think
who
you'd be
knows? I
fine.
might try to drag this little SOB along with.
Yeah, drag Swiftwater with you, please. All right, Jaron, go ahead and send our guests the link. Let's get them in here. I'm done messing with Scott and the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Scott, moving on up.
Bitcoin is going nowhere, Tim. You better.
It's moving on up.
It's not either, you liar. Don't even do it. Bitcoin's moving on up. No, it's not.
Oh yeah, it's moving.
That was a good.
That
show,
thing's so
too.
far on the east side, it's Iowa.
Watch, keep watching. Keep watching.
Telling you, it's not gonna happen.
Shh, watch the Bitcoin prices, Scott.
Honey, yell it. Bitcoin will not happen.
Gonna skyrocket.
Okay, she didn't want to get into it. so
At least it's probably got a bunch of it.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it looks like Chris coming in there.
Chris McCully.
Yeah, I got money invested in Bitcoin. But I
See?
didn't get rich off of it.
Right, but you never know. You might,
Yeah.
Rob. That might be your Alaska money.
I just played it like the slot machine.
Tim,
goes
how
up.
much you got in Bitcoin, buddy?
Yeah, yes.
How much? Hey, Tim, how much you got in Bitcoin? Come on, buddy. Tell me.
None.
What?
I am none.
You
Chris,
have
if you can
none?
hear us, you're gonna have to enable, select your microphone and camera.
I got $10 invested.
Yeah, we
Oh,
okay.
there we
we-
go.
there.
All right, we got you.
All right, but can you guys hear us?
I don't see anybody.
Say something, Chris or Tyler.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear
You
you
have
guys.
to
now.
select the microphone. On the Zoom meeting on the bottom left, there's a little up arrow.
Talk them through it, Jaron. Okay.
Well,
The-
Tyler's account set up on his phone, but they're using his phone, so I'm
Oh, they're close.
They're working on it.
Yeah, they're close. It doesn't show they're muted, so
Yeah.
it's just selecting a microphone.
here we go, connecting to
Connected to
audio.
audio. Something's happening.
Yeah, I think they're good after it connects.
Oh, they won.
Connecting. Connecting. It's good. Give it a minute, guys. It's trying. Once it connects, you'll be fine.
No, they got to go to their microphone thing down at the bottom.
Yeah, they already did. It's connected.
Yeah, it's connecting now.
Tyler's trying on his phone first.
Gotta remember they're in Nome, Alaska.
I
Right.
know.
All right. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you on Tyler's phone.
All right.
So
We
shut.
can click out of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get off my laptop because my laptop don't work quite right.
Yeah, go ahead. There you go. All right.
We're out here in Noma, Alaska.
Now let's get you guys squared away.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Good. You're sideways now.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
it's sideways.
There you go.
There you go.
Now we're
Yeah,
looking
there
at
we go. Now we got it figured out.
All right. Chris and Tyler, all the way from Nome, Alaska. What's happening, guys?
Yeah, well,
Not
not
much.
much. Other than being super cold today, we're just trying to stay warm until it gets warm again.
Okay, so what was super cold today?
Oh, we're talking about last night. It was like negative 25.
Holy.
And
All right.
and that's not even with the wind chill. We had like 20 miles an hour wind chill.
Oh man, that's.
Yeah, it was not very.
I know the
safe
car
to be
didn't want to
outside.
start this morning very good.
I bet it did. Not when it's that cold.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have to have your stuff plugged in all the time over there, don't you? Your cars.
I own a Ford Raptor, so I mean it starts all the time in the winter, even in negative 15. It just starts fine.
Right.
So it's pretty. It's been pretty good to me so far. And yesterday I just blew a pulley, like one of the idler pulley gave up on it. So that's it so far. That's it.
Yeah, but it's no fun to fix it when it's that cold either.
Yeah.
That's what we got the shop for.
You know, we fixed it at Sean's shop last night.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean wasn't in town last night, so I snuck in there. And, yeah,
So,
Got it all warmed up.
yeah, all warmed up, fired up his heater. So
nice. So both of you guys work for Sean.
No,
no,
I work for Sean. Chris.
no, I'm the operation manager for Bearing Subsea Mining, which basically is my dad's company,
Okay.
and Sean is Dave McCully's partner, so they're partnered in biggest claims here in Nome, Alaska.
Right.
I'm just, we're really good buddies. Sean is a great guy, and what he has, we share what we have too, and we help each other out. At the end of the day, we're like really tight community out here,
Right. And that's cool. And
And Chris just signed a contract for Bearing Sea Gold. So
yeah,
he'll be-
yeah.
He'll be one of the stars next year.
Really?
Yeah. So the season Under the Ice is
Yep.
coming out after this season. So we have 2 more episodes, and then the summer season is done.
Right.
And then after that, the Under the Ice episodes will air right in.
Okay, so you're going to be diving under the ice then, Chris?
Correct. Yeah. I
Right.
have my own team. I got Wilson Hagendorn working with me, and John Call. I don't know if you guys heard him, but he's one of the guys that's featured on this season. That he's one of the guys that got saved when he almost sank his dredge. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Vernon went to go try to save him, and Sean.
Oh, they
So
haven't
that's
showed it yet.
that's not so yet, but that's all gonna be aired.
Yeah, I don't think that one's aired yet, has it?
Yeah, it's gonna be this week.
This week's. Yeah, I think so. I seen previews or something for it.
Yeah,
So,
I
okay.
was one of those guys that saved him, so I was there. I was like physically there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So you
You
guys
know-
know Brian Wilder too, right?
Yeah, Brian Wilder too. Yeah, they had a really freaky times. I mean, wow, they really risked their life just saving this guy's life,
wow.
even though they're not capable or outfitted to do it. Still, it's just wow, just the amount. It just shows you how tight of community we are, that they were willing to risk their lives just to save us.
Oh yeah, of course. And so now that guy's going to be on your team.
Yeah, he's gonna be on my team this coming up season, so you're gonna see all that. And yeah, we at the end of the day, we crushed it. I love ice mining, dude.
Oh,
I really
geez.
do. I've been doing it. I've been doing it for 10 years now. Man, it's just nothing but it's pretty cool job, just cutting the ice,
Uh-huh.
setting your dredge equipment, putting a hose under the ice, and getting the freeze ups, and understanding how cold it is and what it does to equipments and
I could only
It's-
imagine.
things. Yeah.
That's
No.
hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, that ice ain't light. I mean, it's to getting it out of the water or getting it pushed underneath to where it's not in the way. I mean, that's some tough stuff. I mean,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Nothing's easy. Nothing.
Yeah, this year's
but Sean has the equipment to do that, though, right? Do you guys use his equipment to get the snow out of the way and get through the ice, or?
Well, last year, yes, we do benefit from Sean when he brings out equipment out there. We really do.
yeah, we have like a mini X that we'll take out. He's got the Sherp.
Yeah, I know Brian Wilder was telling us about, just a little bit about how they do it, but
Yeah,
didn't get into details. So
No, absolutely. No, the best thing that Sean took out there last winter was a mini excavator. They it's a small excavator, and they modified the blades on their bucket to cut ice efficiently, and it literally you can bust through a 5-foot thick ice in less than 5 minutes. I mean, it's a
Wow.
mind
or back then he had to use a big
versus
chainsaw.
versus if you do it on your own, it'll take you somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour, depending how
Right.
experienced you are.
Right.
Now on that mini excavator, is that 5 foot the maximum? Because Brian says he has to come through like 7 foot sometimes.
Yeah, no, they can go through like 12 feet. One time
Oh.
they had
Right on.
It's a mini X, but it's got a longer boom on it.
it's got the longer reach.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I think it's worth it. If you were to buy an excavator like that for 26 grand, well, guess what? In one season, you can pay that off within like 2 weeks just by cutting holes with it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think of it like this. I mean, if you're down for an hour cutting a hole, but one piece of equipment gives you, 40 minutes extra dive time,
yeah,
that's all the time in the world for a difference.
Yeah, and you're not really hard, you're not really tired doing it because once you do the labor cutting the ice, and then the next thing you want to do is go diving because you're so pooched cutting that
Mhm.
darn ice hole, So, but there's ways how there's always ways on how you make your job easier. Some people prefer using the chainsaw. to
Mhm.
cut the ice. I prefer doing it with a 10-inch auger. I personally think it's faster with a 10-inch auger. I don't know. You can prove me wrong. We can do a race. I'll cut a 5x5 hole within less than half hour. I can
Wow.
do that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
5.
How you
See,
been?
I probably drilled at least more than 20,000 miles of ice hole like in my career.
I was gonna say you've been doing it for how many years, Chris?
Guys, well, I'm in my 11th year now.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
you
live
drilled
in-
a lot of holes in the ice.
There's a lot of holes. There's miles and miles of holes. So one
Yeah.
hole is 3 to 6 foot. So
Now you gonna drag your buddy Tyler there out there with you? Is he gonna be on your team?
I don't know. Yeah.
Why?
We might, I have plans. Me and Joe, I recently teamed up with a top miner here in Nome, Alaska, Joe Fullwood. And
Joe's a beast.
he's a beast guy that's what he's good at,
We were trying to get him over here,
Uh-huh.
but he's busy with the family.
Yeah, he's got Fan Bam. But yeah, that's one thing about Joe. He knows where to go this and he'll go get it.
Oh, okay.
Super dude.
So, and we do have plans to go to the Bluffs. It's about 60 miles off town here.
Right.
We're gonna try to do some content. Me and Joe, we're gonna film our journey to Bluffs and basically on our quest to strike that big gold, because there's a lot of coarse gold there.
Mm-hmm.
And recently we had this really nasty storm back in September. So you would imagine all that sandbar and some of the
there were people finding pickers on the road.
yeah.
What?
So
Wow.
Here.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
That'd be cool.
going up that high. I mean, everyone just kind of scattered to the beaches right after that storm.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
It was a good one though. That'll be on the show for sure.
Oh, that's cool. Now, Tyler, how long you been working for Sean?
I'm going on a year now.
Okay.
I got here a year ago. I met him out in Arizona at a event for it's like an electric wheelchair thing that Phil was making for a guy that got disabled in Nome.
Right.
He was a miner. And Sean showed up, and then we were sitting there playing bags, and Sean's like, "Hey, want to come to Nome?" So that's how I got my start in Nome.
Cool. So you're from Arizona.
Yeah. So going from, a creek like Lynx Creek to being on the Myrtle Irene, it's honestly amazing. I mean, this crew is very knowledgeable. Everyone,
Right.
You got Trevor, you got Dennis, Sean, those guys, once they take you in, I mean, they really take you in, they'll teach you anything you want to learn.
Right.
And there's no limits out here to learning. I never thought I would get to drive the Myrtle or anything like that, but I did. Sean was just like, "Hey, take the controls. I got something to do." So it's like, whoa, why are you handing me, the controls to the largest dredge out here? But
Why not? Right.
it's honestly an incredible experience. Being around Chris, Joe Fullwood, everyone out there, Vern Atkinson.
Mm-hmm.
It's unreal.
Nice.
The knowledge that these guys have, the way things are done in Nome, because it's not like anywhere else. You can buy parts in the lower 48. Some
Right.
breaks, you can buy parts. I've seen things fixed with a piece of metal from 1936 and a makeshift welder.
Whatever it takes. Right.
Yeah, John did that on Rush River.
yeah, no, that's how we survive here. That's how I started pretty much. I came here with nothing. Dad would never gave me everything. I had to work for everything I got.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
basically
now you
my
got a
first
sick
dredge was basically built off of by just dumpster diving. I would literally go to the
Really?
city dump, and people would throw in an air compressor that just had water in their carburetor, and they think it's trash.
Wow.
And I had to clean the carburetor, and guess what? I had my air compressor free to dump.
Nice move. Chris.
Shit like that. I had to go through all of that, and guess what? I have no reasons why I didn't do this and why I do that.
Mhm.
And it's part of the way why I'm successful right now, because I have to think that way.
Right. So what size dredge do you got, Chris?
So I run one of the best dredges here in Nome. One of the best 10-inch dredge. It's run by a 8x6 Cummins.
Okay.
It's a 450 Cummins, and yeah, it's called the Tata. I don't know. It's named after my dad's girlfriend. So but she's a sweetheart. I know she's very nice. But I don't think she knew. But I don't think she knew that she has a dredge out here that's named after her. So. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to know that I'm working for her. That it's named after her. So.
Right.
How many inch dredge is it?
So 10-inch dredge.
10-inch. Okay.
Right, yeah. So
All
Chris, now are you originally from Nome, Chris, or are you from somewhere else?
I'm from. I was born in the Philippines. I grew up in Canada, studied there, and I ultimately moved to Nome. I live here now.
Okay.
This is where I've been since I was 18 years old.
Okay.
Now I'm 30, so I've been here. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
So 30, how old are you, Tyler?
I'll be 30 in a couple months.
So you guys probably was one of the younger people out there that's actually doing this, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you actually look at the crews out here, there's not really a lot of young guys out here because it's such a tight-knit community and tight-knit crews.
Right.
So you look at Sean's crew. You have Trevor, Dennis, and all them. They've been here 10 plus years. They've been here since the start of Sean's empire. So bringing me on, it was very not there is the best way to put it. People were like, how did you end up doing this? But anyone on that crew, I mean, you can trust anyone, you can learn from them. But as far as young goes, yeah, we're definitely some of the youngest miners here. We're the new generation of miner.
Right.
Now, did you prospect before you went over there when you were back?
Yeah. Yeah, I was prospecting for myself out in Arizona on the weekends and stuff. I actually worked at a really big mine in comparison to mines here in Nome. I worked at a massive mine in Arizona. It wasn't a gold mine. We did sand, gravels and stuff for concrete. And then on the weekends, I prospected for gold for myself. I'm like a 3rd generation gold miner, I think, maybe 4th. So I've always had a passion for prospecting. I was out there panning in the creeks. The biggest dredge I ever ran before coming out here was a 4-inch, I think. So coming from that straight to this, working on the Myrtle is insane.
Yeah, I would think.
I can imagine. Yeah, doing a clean out on that is, yeah.
Well, the clean out sucks.
Oh, I bet.
Forever. It's heavy.
A lot of dirt.
You're
doing buckets and stuff,
A lot of sitting there splashing mats.
Yeah.
The Myrtle kind of reminds me of a water park. So he's got all this sluice going like this and that.
Yeah, I mean the cameras don't do it justice on its size. It's absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not a small vessel, but
I mean, from my standpoint of view, I think it's worth it going that big because you just gotta realize
until something breaks.
Yeah, until something breaks. It's because the bigger the go, the bigger the bill.
Right.
Yeah.
Or your spud gets stuck in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, and not to mention now that the diesel prices are it's like $7 a gallon out here. So just imagine just one scoop. It's probably cost them $80 just doing one scoop.
Really? Wow.
I don't know. This is just a rough estimate.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
It's a lot of energy just to put out a big excavator, bringing up the material.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that much, but we burn a lot of fuel out there.
Yeah, so you have to be on a very viable ground in order to support your boat.
Yeah, that makes
sense. And that's when when we go out, every time we go in and we put our first bucket in, that gets tested, and then probably every 30 minutes to an hour, we will run a test, and we'll a couple times throughout the shift, we'll walk up through our sluice just to see how we're doing, because if even if it like, so when I first got here, I was like, wow, this is a lot of gold, but to these guys, it wasn't, you know? So I'm in the box. I'm like, yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Oh, gold. Look at that gold, you know? And they were like, no, we got to do better. So we moved over.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
So, and you know, they should have expected it, because I'm used to seeing, like, you know, a little bit of gold in a pan. Yeah, this is sick, you know, like maybe a gram on a weekend. That's putting in like 2 8-hour days with a pan out on Lynx Creek or something like that. So going from that to
that,
you know, big gold, lots of gold.
To have ounces.
I'm like a kid in a candy store up here. You know, I'll sit there and I'll just stare at it. Like even during our clean outs, Sean will sometimes yell at me and he'll be like, Tyler, stop staring at the gold. we gotta do this clean out.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah. I was just checking, Sean.
hey, it's pretty. Understand.
It's very
good gold. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh yeah. So what? All right. So back to Chris again. I want to hear some more about your dredge. So what kind of matting are you running in yours?
So all right. What I use on my snooze, you know, I use the traditional 3M Nomad carpeting.
Right.
The real stuff. I think I wouldn't see myself using other brands, but I think it's the original 3M Nomad carpet.
Okay.
And basically a 5-pound expanded metal and a V matting. That's it. Keep it traditional. No more knickknacks, whatever they call it, nugget trap, yada yada.
Right.
You know, you get lucky if you get, you know, I don't know, but just the amount of
finding a nugget.
Just the amount of what I averagely do out here, I do ounce an hour.
Oh,
I do the ounce an hour average. So, you know, the rule of the game here is about how much volume can you process. You know, I mean, those days are done now, where you go out and you know you can literally go with a 6-inch and you can do 5 ounce in a day. But now those days are done. That's got ruined by the excavator barges that they got dug out. You know, and
I mean,
now
we're going deeper than you
where
guys are
I'm
diving.
competing. Yeah, where I'm competing now is the deeper areas. So now I'm to a point now. How do I figure out to go deeper? Because there's literally nobody had touched the deeper waters yet. What I'm talking deep, like I'm talking about 35 feet to like 50 feet. That.
Right.
So those are the, you know, less. There's some divers tried to do it, but it's dangerous. You know, you can't stay for long.
Right.
And you know, I'm into the process now. I have a project called the Alaska Crawler that I'm building in Bakersfield, California.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically a diverless operation. So it's all top side operated. It's all cameras, and it's underwater classifier. It's going to be an 18-inch dredge classified down to 3/4 inch minus.
Wow. Now, will we see that?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you get. I'm gonna ship it up this summer. It's gonna be done in April, May. Nice. I'm gonna be in Bakersfield. I'm gonna be in Bakersfield next month, and I'm gonna make sure that everything's still in line. I recently partnered up with CSS in Bakersfield. I mean, these guys are amazing. Mm-hmm. Pete, a good engineer. They're working on my underwater classifier right now, and yeah, great things. We're doing a lot of good things.
Yeah. So that will take care of the deeper water thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't get tired. You know, a diver gets tired.
Well, yeah, right, exactly.
And it opens up more opportunities. Like for an instance, a diver does 4 to 6 hours max.
Right.
Now that you have, and then if you have a crawler, that opens up to 20 hours to 21 hours. You know, and maybe 2-hour downtime.
Right.
And you just like, wow, you know, just imagine doing 24/7. I mean, you're talking about you're killing it, you know, you're going deeper waters. You can go to 40, 100. Oh my God, you know,
there's big enough to go 200.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be cool though.
It's a lot about understanding. I had thousands and thousands of hours diving under the Bering Sea. I mean, I've been to Elam, I've been to Bluffs. We got shot at the Elam, with Chris Kelly.
Oh yeah.
So we
You
didn't
were-
find gold, but at least we knew there's gold there. But the locals know that.
At least you got shot at.
Yeah, because the locals knew they're very territorial. They love their resources, and they pretty much gave us the bullets. And stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
The kind of you're not welcome here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Understand. Yeah.
And maybe it's because it's Chris Kelly too. He's
It could have something to do with it. You never know. Right?
They've been talking about wanting to shoot him even before we planned to go on our trip to Elam.
Oh geez. Yeah, it's like I don't think I'd have went on that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah,
God.
that my dad was cool enough to let us.
When in doubt, expect the payout.
Yeah.
I'm surprised my old man let him like out of nowhere. It's like, all right, I'll take you there. Yeah.
Man, that's just nuts though. It is. But it in all in all, it's really cool. I can't wait to see this crawler thing in action. Yeah.
Last problem, man. Yeah. My company is BG Mining, so I'm really specialized in subsea mining, and all my knowledge is underwater. Nothing inland. I don't know how to go inland, but I can tell you all about offshore mining.
Right.
I want to go like a lot.
Yeah,
That was
I
a
know.
question I had for you because
I
you had
know.
mentioned the bluffs earlier. So that's going to be, I was wondering if that would be inland or not. So you just answered that basically. So you're going to be
The
diving.
Bluffs is a city. It's an old city that it used to be a city at the that's supposed to be the capital of Nome was the Bluffs, but they mined out the Bluffs so fast that they figured, okay, we need to travel down further west, and they finally found Nome, and they said, okay, let's just stay here. No, so anyway, but Bluffs there's this creek called Daniels Creek, and it was historically it was the richest creek ever in Norton Sound, and in front of that creek there's a history of people trying to do drag lining. Like they even dropped a dead man somewhere in 15 foot of waters, and it's still there as of today. And we found that 5 years ago, and believe it or not, Joe Fullwood, he discovered an area where it was just big boulders, and then he said that within 5 minutes he was like, he couldn't believe himself, like how he did 70 ounces in 4 hours.
Yeah.
70 ounces in 4 hours.
Yeah, Sean was telling me the same thing.
He said his tender, he would look at the compass would go 360. It would spin 360 as fast as it could. And probably because of all the gold and the heavies and the magnetites.
Probably a lot of mercury in there
it
too.
got so contained that as he was dredging those, it's affecting the magnetic field.
There's a lot of
the
mercury.
compass. Yeah.
Wow.
He did 70 ounces, 4 hours.
Yeah, Sean was telling me the same thing because I think they were together during that.
Yeah.
But
They're
now
doing
is it-
every
That
10
was in
minutes.
what, 15 feet of water?
Yeah.
There's still really good gold out here. You just got to find it.
Yeah, it's basically like a sinkhole that the gold was so contained in some spots like that.
You got to think of it like this too. I mean, these areas they're easy to get to if the weather's good, but the weather can turn bad really fast. So if you're way out, I mean, look at those guys. What was it, 2020 when they capsized?
Yeah,
right off Nome. Two out of three passed away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people risk their lives going out there.
You know, once you get bad weather, if you're at the Bluffs, you're not in a good position.
No, that's
Or if you go past Sledge Island, the same thing.
right. You're kind of
Why it makes sense to do it in the winter, because we can literally drag our shacks down there.
Yep.
We can
That's
outfit
true.
our shacks. Yeah.
Yep, that's true. At least you're
Bad sleds go fast.
Yeah. Crazy old guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, with the goal being 1920, what, 1926? I mean, wow, it's like, it's so hard not to do
How
something in
everyone's
the wintertime.
still producing and everything, you know?
Right.
It's so good out here.
I mean, I think it's great that you guys are out there doing it. Because you could keep doing it.
Yeah, no, so check this out. So I just bought a brand new snow machine, and it's gonna come up here Monday, right? So with that being an investment, you have to understand with your snow machine is an investment, and you gotta have to use it so to a point where you need to get your money back by dredging.
Right.
And if you can't do that here, if you can't do what you can't do, then there's no point to be a miner.
Pretty much everything you buy here is an investment. Any tool you buy.
Yeah, I understand that.
Some guys would sell their house, come up here and try to build a whole brand new dredge, and it baffles you. It's like, wow, why would you do that? And and they think that they discovered a miracle, that they all of a sudden figured out a miracle on how to dredge gold.
All fun and games till a rock gets stuck in there.
And then you see them first year, year, your second year, and and then now they start to scratch their heads, and then wow, maybe that guy was right. I should have,
yeah. If you actually look at how simple these big miners have it, like Chris, even Sean. I mean, the Myrtle, the Christine Rose, some of these suction dredges, there's nothing real advanced to them.
Right.
Because once you start getting advanced, you start having problems.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we are really. We stuck to what really works out here.
Right.
Sean worked. The excavator barge deal. That's all been done a long time ago.
Right. Yeah. But it works. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Once you start getting into the more electronical stuff, then you're.
Yeah, and then you start to reinvent the wheel.
I mean, it's like crawlers. Yeah. Crawlers work great, but you have to build your crawler right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have electronics with that. So I mean, you're going to have.
Yeah.
Well,
not only that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about crawlers, right? The history. Let me tell you a little bit of history. It's part of Nome's history. Back in the 1989, there's the biggest dredge in Nome called the Bema. It's basically like what's his name? Tony Beats bucket dredge.
Okay.
Same thing. They floated off here and they mine 2 years. But at the time, the gold was like $300-$400 an ounce, so it wasn't very profitable. So now they went back to the drawing board. Well, let's try something new, and now they came out with the underwater ROV. It's called the Stramrod. It's a crawler, and it's a suction. It's a 18-inch jet nozzle. Is basically what it is, and it just crawls down the bottom. And they literally did this study on how the ROV outperformed the Bema dredge at the time. So there's this book available you download on Google. It's called the Guide to Mineral Offshore Mining. And you can download, and it tells you all the history about the Bema's dredge and the underwater ROV. And the company that made the ROV for the Bema dredge was based in Norway. And these guys been doing it for 20, 30 plus years. I mean, they lay pipes, they dredge cables underwater, they decommissioning operations like that. So, and that's where I got my crawler technologies from them. I was able to do those guys.
Now, years ago, didn't Vernon do a crawler?
He bought one last summer.
Was it last summer?
No, he did that. He did the crawler on that one winter show with Eddie Pump.
Okay.
So this company in San Diego, California, called Eddie Pump, and they're specialized in dredging sand, basically, but not much of an aggregate or or basically it's not meant for our stuff right here. And
Right.
Lots of clay, big
Yeah.
rocks.
they did work. They did run it for 1 year. It didn't do very well. I mean, it's a 2-inch dredge. Like, come on, man.
That's one of the crawlers that's a failure.
Like,
You know,
I was gonna say.
and you live and you learn.
yeah,
You're
Now the
either
big
gonna stick
crawler.
with it, and try and figure it out, or you're gonna this like where we're at right now. If we looked across the street, well, across like the port, there's a whole lineup of dredges that were failures.
Really?
Because there's no way to ship them out of here, so they get left.
no,
Okay.
they're not. They're just broken dreams.
Broken.
That's right. That's what,
Yeah.
So there's a dredge graveyard then.
yeah.
Is that a dredge graveyard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
yeah.
you know, a lot of
There's-
people they'll come
yeah.
up here and
There's more dredge there's more dredge than there is in the graveyard.
Wow.
No,
Right.
I'm just-
you mean our spare parts.
So is some parts just up for grabs when the people just abandon them there?
Well, I mean that's the big,
Whoa,
that's a
yeah.
huge thing out here is part availability.
Uh-huh.
You know?
I don't do that, but
Oh, I'm not gonna steal anything either.
I'm not saying you're stealing it. I'm saying it's like, oh, it's abandoned. It doesn't
Somebody
have
left it.
There's
Yeah.
like you see some people's yards out here and stuff. They'll have 5 of the same motor and different parts taken off of all 5 on one motor.
Yeah, sounds right.
Their motors have their own motor funds.
Yeah.
So I got a question about the crawler. So
yes, sir.
basically getting it in and out of the water, does it have to be like on a big boat with a crane to be able to put it in, or how do you get it in and out of the water? Is it that heavy?
Yeah, so the rig is about 12 tons. By the time I'm done with building with it, it's gonna be 10 tons.
Yeah.
And I recently partnered up with Dad, and I think he's the only most reasonable guy to be partner with. And he's got the and he's got the big boat. He's got this landing crab. I mean, he built this thing from the ground up in Vancouver, BC, and it's called the Norpac here in Nome, and it's got a lot of history behind it, and I think it's a good platform to start off with, because basically my system is, once it's done, it's basically a system that you can install it on any boat. It's like a part that you put it, and all you got to put on your boat is, we're gonna build an A-frame or a gantry system where it's pick up the rig and it's gonna slide out to the front, and then we're gonna lower it down with a cable.
Okay.
So all I'm sending down there is the crawler, a 6-inch hose, and an electrical cable. That's it.
I got you.
Kind of the same setup, kind of like the Patriot dredge. Just whoop, whoop.
Yeah, no, it's more like it's more very theoretical with this thing.
But when you do a clean out, then the crawler has to come back to the boat. Clean
No,
it out.
so basically, all I'm taking is all I'm taking is 1-inch minus. That's it. The fine dirt, because gold is so heavy. All you need is just that fine gold dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I'm using an 18-inch dredge, so that I can process a lot of material and have the big material gets processed. I don't need all those big material. All I need is 3/4-inch miners. That's all I need.
If you're out here chasing nuggets, you're gonna lose your money.
Yeah, and if I do that, and then it gets pumped up to the surface, that 6-inch gets pumped up to the surface, and I can do my cleanup up there, and I can do my test pan, and I know right away, wow, okay, we're in 1 ounce an hour, 2 ounce an hour. Hell, I could be hitting 5 ounce an hour on the deeper area,
Yeah.
untouched.
So it's basically, it's going to pump the material up to the boat.
The final concentrates would be pumped up to a sluice box,
Okay.
and that's the problem. And I could go I could be more creative, and I could recirculate after I run it through sloughs, I can recirculate it. I think recirculation is the only way you can capture your fines, in my opinion. So if the more you recirculate it, the more you're gonna catch the fines.
Now,
Catch the fine.
will you have a diver in the water in case there's any malfunctions or anything like that with it, or?
That's a good question. I think so. Yeah, we're gonna have an onboard diving platform.
Okay.
Nothing is perfect in first days.
Right, of course.
Gonna be some like monitoring. Like you gotta do some monitoring and all that. But I'm gonna test all that out in Bakersfield, California. We're gonna bring it down in the lakes down there first, and then we're gonna do the testing. We're gonna do it smart. We're not just ship up something up here and then wow, it didn't work.
Drop it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So how easy is it to operate that? Are you going to be operating? Do you have a guy that operates it, or?
Yeah, no, this is very easy to operate. I mean, it's like operating a mini excavator, and then the only thing that's different is instead of your eyes, you're using cameras.
Right.
Right, but there's a lot of stuff to get stuck on underneath there too. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah, no, absolutely, no. We have there in our day of age right now. Our sonar technologies have gotten so much better. I mean, we have 4D technology underwater now to where you can see that divers bubbles through like one, if the murkiest water.
Right.
Very remarkable. And you can use that, towards mapping your ground area as, when you start mining, and then you can avoid those obstructions. Like, hey, there's a boulder here that could tip you over. And yeah, those data are going to be available.
Yeah.
Of course.
We even use them for our excavators. We have one like on the Ophir, and we'll see what we've done before, see what could have been hit before,
Right.
And that kind of technology, it really makes a big key difference.
Yeah.
In this area, because this is such heavily worked. Well, Chris, he's going to be able to go places that no one else has gone yet.
That's going to be vital, I'm sure.
Yeah, then you're going to have hoses get snagged on rocks or whatever, I mean, I'm sure.
I think it's cool.
Speaking of going places, Tyler, have you figured out what you're going to do in this off season till you get back on the Myrtle?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do? So we have some stuff coming up here very soon. Probably can't talk about it on here, but we have a couple things going on. So we're going to see what happens with that. I would like to, I'm going to definitely go home soon, see the family, see the kids, maybe get some prospecting in. I mean, my brother's out in Arizona and everything like that. It'd be nice to go home, go back to what I was doing before for a couple weeks.
Right.
Maybe hang out with Brian Wilder for a little bit.
There you go.
Brian's cool. He's a G.
Yeah, he is. Now, Tyler, what exactly do you do on the barge?
So I kind of do a little bit of everything, but since I'm a first year, I don't get time on the excavator, but maintenance, and I'm not just on the Myrtle. I also do the Tuvely runs. So, but on the Myrtle itself, I do everything besides the excavator. So spuds, checking like our pumps, just daily operational stuff. And then Sean said it best, there's more ways to make money on the Bering Sea than just the gold. So we do deliveries and stuff to Lost River with a Tuvely landing craft. It's like an 80 or it's a 75-foot landing craft, I believe. So you can put a small dozer and stuff like that on there. So I'm on that. And then we do a lot of shop stuff, because if we have a bad mining season, say we can only go up 25 days, you got to make up for 4 months.
Right.
So maintenance stuff at the shop, we got the man camp, 2 man camps now. So just anything and everything. Crane, we did a lot of crane operations this year. And then since it was my first year, Sean kind of took me under his wing. And at the start, it was me, Sean, and another individual on day shift. And we did that for most of the season. Then I went to night shift with Trevor. So I got the best of both worlds on the Myrtle, days and nights. But yeah, I mean, every day with what we're doing, since we're so large, we have so many boats, we have so much equipment. A lot of it's not even shown on TV. It's a massive operation. So someday you could be on the Myrtle fixing, like, say, a spud or a spud, the cable going to the spud. Another day you could be helping Cody mowing on the Christine Rose, getting it ready to go out. Sometimes on the days off, you know, Henry might need help with Patriot or something, or another guy might need help. It's really a tight knit community, you know, so there's always something to do and know. You just got to make yourself available to it.
That's the thing about Sean. He's always there to hand out help. He's always out helping everybody.
Like during our big storm, this was blasted all over the world. I mean, we took the Christine Rose.
It's pretty cool event, man.
And we pulled that house out of the water pretty much right in front of Chris's house, the one that got swept in the storm. Sean used his own equipment. You know, we were out there that morning during that disaster. And so we're always doing something. Sean, he's one of the most helpful guys you could ever meet in your life. Sometimes on TV, it doesn't do him justice to like the person that he is. He's one of the best people I've ever met. He goes above and beyond for this community, for sure.
I got you. Understand. Yeah, we've actually had the pleasure of meeting Sean before. So yeah, he's
very down to earth. He's very cool. But that's how most of the people in this town are. I mean, and most of Sean's crew are from this town. Little Cody, Trevor, Dennis, they all live here. They're all from here. And some of the other individuals.
So where do you see yourself going, Trevor? I mean, is this what you want to do, or someday do you want to have your own operation?
So this is what I want to do for right now, and right now my foreseeable future. I mean, I'm learning so much from these guys. You can never get any better experience than being out here.
Right.
If you can survive as a miner in Nome, Alaska, you can take an operation anywhere. Someday, if I get the know-hows and the runarounds and I get funds, I would love to start my own thing, even if it's just, you know, a little simple dredge on the weekend or something. If I'm not working, just start something small. Like I would absolutely love that.
Right.
But it's just a determination. Right now, I'm in the learning process. I went from a pan in a creek to the biggest dredge.
Yeah, you made a big leap. Without a doubt.
More years to
yeah, I got some more years to go. You know, I
know for sure it didn't took me right away to learn.
Right.
It took me 2 years on what the hell when I'm sucking up, you know.
Right.
Like, and every day's a learning experience. You meet someone new, someone different, and they have their way. And their way might work better than the ways you've been taught.
Right.
And so like me being here, when I first got here, I just listened, you know, and I came from a mine much larger than what we're doing here, but it was simple. It was simple. Everyone was used to it, you know, coming from a mining family. So once you get a vessel and there's a mining operation on it, that's a whole nother world of change. Right. You know, because that's all the Myrtle is. You take an inland mine, throw it on top of a barge, and throw an excavator.
Yeah. So are you guys still on claims, or are you in the open areas, or?
No, we're well, Sean's partnered with his dad on the Tom Cod.
Right.
So basically, we got 2 miles, two by quarter mile long. There's one here in West Beach, and there's one in Tom Cod, which Sean has been mining for years.
Right.
And yeah, that's where they're mining. And I've been mining on West Beach. That's where I put most of my dredging times in.
Yeah.
I've been dredging this ancient river, this ancient river underwater. And, you know, ever since I started, I've been staying on that line, that cut, this alluvial slough that flowed down at one point.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there claims at the bluff too, or?
Yeah, they're state claims, so they're owned by the state, so they're open for everybody, for every miners. You
Okay.
can only run 6-inch dredge. That's about it. And
At the bluff. Okay.
at the bluffs, yes.
Yep.
And we're excited. We're really excited to go down there. I mean, it's
that's gonna
been a
be
while
cool.
since people dredged over there.
And they're going to be live streaming and everything. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing to watch, especially when you got two of the top divers in Nome teaming up together.
Yeah, I didn't know there was
I'm
restrictions.
excited for them.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. Yeah, it'll be nice to see something different. I remember when, what was it? Emily went to the bluff once, or Zeke, or Vernon. One of them went out there and was trying it out there before. And
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
happened.
They're never successful.
Yeah. It was
They
like,
tried to. I mean, I give them props for
Yeah,
trying, but it wasn't. Yeah, it
Going all
It
that
wasn't
way.
in their ability to do it. It
All
was
right.
just, hey, I want to try that, see if I can do it. You know, so
I got it.
Yeah, that's
everybody could do it.
yeah. If everybody could do it, they'd be doing it.
You just gotta be
right.
a smart group, I guess. Yeah.
So is there a lot of people out on like the public claims? Do you notice that?
No, it's gone down a lot over the years. I mean, that last gold rush was in 2012. You know, when the
Right.
first Bering Sea Gold came out, and wow, I mean,
Right. Then it probably got crazy.
There wasn't
It
too many
slowed. I mean,
people.
there was like almost 100 dredgers that flowed in at one point. Yeah, and then, you know, they started buying dredges here and there. You know, I go crazy. I'm gonna go get rich.
Yeah.
And so the next year, it got cut in like 75 dredgers.
And you still kind
And
of see
the
that.
following years, like 50, and now it's dramatically gone down. So now there's only gonna be, believe it or not, there's only gonna be 4 teams that are, or three teams, 3 to 4 teams that are gonna mine this year. This season, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you would think almost with the price of gold back up over 19 again, it'd be like, oh, here they come again.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You see a lot of guys come up here, and you see them come out of the airport, and they want to try.
Right.
But a lot of them don't get lucky. Like I got lucky. I'm like the luckiest dude in the world. Some of them will get with a dredge where the owners either knew himself or just doesn't really care, you know. So if they're not getting paid, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Right.
If you're not making gold, you have no money. You got to constantly.
I feel bad for the crews of Chris Kelly over the years. I mean, they have the hopes and dreams to come mine with them, and you know, you can see his shack
I just see him
burned
get
down.
yelled at all the
I
time.
don't know if you guys following the show, but he burned down his shack that one year. Well, it caught on fire somehow. Wow, how could you start an operation and not like?
Yeah. It's kind of iffy.
It's sad because you have people working with you, and then it's like, wow, there goes our shack.
Well, yeah.
That's a prime example. I mean, and you see that kind of stuff a lot, not just with the Kellys. You see whole crews gone in a couple hours.
But he's good. He gets gold, that Chris. Yeah, he's a fucking guy. He's somehow with this luck and everything, the guy still gets gold. I give him props.
Right.
Now he's got a barge. He started off with this dinghy.
Even a
Now
couple
he's
ounces.
got a barge that digs for gold now.
Yeah,
Couple
I
ounces,
seen that.
better than ounces.
It was like, okay, but you're right. Yeah, he started out with pretty much a dinghy, and now he's
Yeah.
got a barge.
Well, I mean, even Sean, he got to start with what was it? The Shamrock 8-inch. I think
Okay.
it was a dredge, and they were beach mining when this all first started. They were beach mining sometimes, you know, and that's how they got their start. He went from owning a little plumbing company to this empire.
Right.
So
Wow.
I mean, you can do it if you can make it. If you have the willpower, some seasons are going to be bad, some seasons are going to be good. But if you stick with it and just have drive, you'll succeed.
Sure.
I don't know if you can answer.
Everyone's
this
a
or not.
millionaire. They just got to dig it up.
Yeah.
Does Sean's dad still have that inline company or inline mining place or?
I can't talk much about it,
Okay, that's fine.
the current situation going on.
No problem.
I can probably tell you guys this: the inland, it's we mined it out. We're gonna probably open a new cut, hopefully.
Okay.
So we're doing a reclaim.
Well, you didn't hear much about it. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, not this year.
Yeah, and I try and stay out of a lot of the stuff up here, you know, because I'm new. I don't need to involve myself. I'm trying to learn every day. For me is a learning day.
Not a
Right.
problem.
So
That's cool. Understand.
We'll find out eventually.
in the world,
So we had a question, either one, maybe you can answer. Ray Rusaw from Juneau, Alaska. He said, is it true that in Nome, in the salt water, that you're allowed up to a 21 horsepower engine, not just a 18?
Wow, good question. Yeah, no, you're allowed. You're on. Well, okay. Here's the thing. The
it's not
state
illegal
says
unless you don't get caught.
you're only allowed 18 horsepower. 21 is too loud. I mean,
But I mean, if you're out on Tom Cod, you're so far away from
they sell
everyone.
stickers. They sell stickers. That's all I say.
But do you guys get checked at all?
I mean, who's this genius with like, wow, that he's running a 40 horse?
Yeah.
I can
What
tell
are
by
they
the
gonna
sound
do?
of
I
it.
would like to meet this guy one day. You know, the
Yeah.
sound of a
Karen-
21, 18.
Karen, like people, they don't last to know, and they'll get run out of town.
Yeah, I can see that. Jeez,
Wow.
God.
This guy's probably the only one guy that's dredging, and then somehow he gets pestered by these people.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys had spot checks or somebody that was doing stuff or.
Yeah. I'm sure they're all there's
I
the claim owners are still here, right? So they get to see who's mining on their stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of them were just like, get that gold, man. Yeah.
But they very like most of our miners here, they don't. You rarely see people like, wow, this guy has the guts to be on my claim right now. You know, like no, really,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of
Like
energy.
there was a couple times this year when people got, you know, close to the claim and stuff like that, and we kind of like had to question it, but it wasn't like a big fuss. It's kind of weird judging the claims on the ocean, like because it's the ocean. There's no claim.
Right. Oh,
There's
you're
not a bunch of buoys out there showing you, you know, different claim markings.
Right.
right. That's true.
Oh, we're getting into somebody else's area here. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing about ice mining too. You can have an operation for like $120 a dive, and then you can kill it. You can come home with 5 ounces a day.
Yeah.
Just by spending $130 in gas.
You're not like in the summer, you're worried about waves and everything.
That's
like
why
that.
I do this kind of job, because it makes sense for me to do it, because first of all, I already know how to do it. And I know I already know the thermodynamics, how to work in the super cold temperature. That's a big learning curve there too. The thermodynamics and handwork. Yeah, I mean, wow, the amount of dollars that I destroyed by just trying to work in the winter is tremendous. I mean, wow.
Yeah,
probably
especially
spent
in Nome. I mean,
hundreds of thousands of dollars were like I blew up probably like 20 Kohler motors. I blew up like, yeah, wow. Yeah. I could be a product tester and I would be 5 stars.
yeah. So if anyone wants their products tested, send it to us.
Yeah.
We'll gladly try it out.
And that's why we end up making our stuff out here. You know, I really wish some companies do understand what the Bering Sea is. You know, Bering Sea is so corroded out here, and it's super cold. Everything they sell us up here, it's like California rated when it's already warm.
Yeah.
You know, so when it comes up here in the wintertime, we tap it lightly with the hammer. All of a sudden, it's shattered into a million pieces.
Well, even in the summers, at the end of the day, you're dealing with salt water.
Yeah. Yeah, and Brian was saying that salt water is
It doesn't matter what you bring up here. And a lot of guys, you know, they'll bring
in other words, you gotta know your stuff out here when you know what you buy. You can't just buy anything.
If you're coming to Nome, come to Nome first. Don't buy anything and bring it first. Come to Nome, check it out, get on a crew. and then be like, okay, maybe running water off an exhaust to heat up your wetsuit's the right way to go.
Anyways, I have an upcoming job in the summertime. Forever people out there wants a job in the summertime.
Rob.
I got a 10-inch dredge to Tata because I'm moving on my underwater crawlers. So, I need divers for the summertime. I'm paying it to start. It's to start as 40% to start.
Wow.
Whatever gold you make. And, you're working directly with the claim owner. So you're not paying any royalties.
That's
all you got to do is show up and have the passion to find the gold.
right.
It's really hard to get caught. It's really hard to get distracted with all the matrix that's going on this, the bars or your family or yada yada. My girlfriend, because I work so much. If you can control that and become a dredger and focus on what you do, I mean, there is still a future out here in Nome.
Sure.
Yeah. If you do come to Nome,
and I'm willing to teach somebody to on what a good ground looks like underwater. So, and that I think that's very valuable. Because I'm only gonna do that a year or two, and that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna be diverless operated, and off I go.
Yeah. And if you do come to Nome, get a 2-way ticket just in case you don't.
Yeah.
A lot of guys come, and then the next week they're gone.
Yeah, no, they get so pumped out, and then at the end of the day they fizzle out.
Yeah, especially if the mining season's short.
Yeah.
If they're not getting days, you have guys that'll come up here. They want to work, but they don't want to sit and wait for the work.
Right.
So
it's tough too. People get seasick or.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing is a place to live too, a place to stay
Yeah.
to be able to afford it.
and housing sucks. That's non-existent.
It's non-existent. So it's
you're
like
looking at $1,500 for a closet out here.
right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Or Connex on Vern's property.
Dang, that's crazy, dude.
I think Vern's would be more pleasing or more
Yeah.
for his price, be more affordable.
Man, see, that's what's crazy. The whole housing thing is
Yeah. Well, I
rough.
like Brian.
That's the secret.
I'm pretty sure Brian stayed on that boat all summer 2 years ago.
That's the secret.
That's what he said. That's the only reason why he went. Because he had a place to stay on the boat,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Hurricane Dave. He's pretty funny, eh?
Yeah, he didn't even have to worry about finding a place. One day in, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't.
So I imagine word travels fast. So like when Hurricane Dave got there, did like the fall of everybody knew like immediately?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here. He said apparently he's got a weight belt now.
Like when I first got here, I went up on top and was looking at the top screen on the Myrtle, and Sean got a text message, I think within probably 4 seconds, that someone was up checking out the gold. They didn't know who I was yet. And I was just going up to like look, see what was going on. And Sean's totally okay with me going up there because I'm not gonna steal from him. Yeah, he got a text message within like 3 seconds. They're like, "Hey, someone's up on the dredge." He's like, "Yeah, it's just Tyler." He's just trying to look at the pretty colors.
It's like Rob, our buddy here, was saying that he'd like to come down there and work. And it's like, well, like you said, you better have a 2-way ticket. Make sure you take some money so you got money for housing if you can find it.
Well, you need a lot of money.
They're right.
$100 bill doesn't mean $100 bill here.
Right.
Well, that's the thing about Nome too. It's really sad nowadays. Well, it's like really. Here's the thing. I'm non-biased. If you were to come up this year and you're starting out, I think it's a lot more difficult now than it used to be because there's not much dredges out there that produce that much anymore. You know, and it's hard to train new guys and expect them to stay throughout the year.
Right.
So it's and because you can get a diver, right? You can, no matter how good of a diver, I don't care. You can be the master diver Gulf of Mexico. But it all really comes down is, can you make this dredge produce a certain amount every week? Can you make 80 ounce a week? Can you make at least 50? Come on, at least make 20 ounce a week, man.
Well, not only that. I mean, if you're 3 days dredging,
And that's what
in
I
a
want.
month,
Yeah, that's what I want to
you
tell
you need someone to produce as much as they can for those 3 days. 'Cause
Right.
at the end of the day, it's everyone's livelihood.
Yeah,
Is all that.
And it all goes to what he said, you know, you got to identify the area and know what to look for. I mean,
Yeah.
to look
And
for.
Nome is not.
because if not, you're just wasting time and money, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that inland mine, and then they said, "Oh, dude, I can go dredging and probably get more gold than you." I was like, yeah, okay, you know, and
That's why I'm happy I started
takes-
on the water.
it takes a lot. Because it's a different scenario underwater. You're not going
Oh,
through 3 feet of
And not only
overburden.
that, like one of the dredges I know of, he brought in a guy that's like, oh yeah, I'm a diver, and the dude got seasick right off leaving port.
Wow.
He was diving in a lake. You know, once you hit the sea, things get a little choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely desperate ones out there.
Yeah,
Coming to
If
fish.
you know, yeah, I hired a guy like that. He fakes everything. He knows how to talk. Like, yeah, I've been diving in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm this and that. And then I said, I thought he was the one. And you know, as I took him with me, and then to a point to where I start figuring out maybe this guy doesn't know how to dive because he can't even put a face mask on. He said, I gave him a face mask, and he said, "What is this?" What do you mean? What is this? I was like,
He was using the old garden hose technique.
that I kept looking for
I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got
The
no-
regulator.
the mask, and I was like, dude, come on, dude.
That's your first sign. It's like, oh gosh, oh no.
Yeah, I
Toss him
told
down with spare
myself
air.
I didn't feel comfortable putting him in the water at the end of the day, so I just took him home with me.
Yeah.
And I found out he was lying the whole time.
Oh yeah, it sounds like he was. So
Yeah.
so if somebody was to come down there, say somebody said, okay, I'm gonna come down and try and see if I can work with you, Chris. What would you suggest that they do? You know, when they to come down there, what should they do?
Come down. I think coming down or coming up here to Nome is an investment. You know, you definitely need to spend money here to spend 2 years here. This is my very, very good suggestion to the new guys that wants to come up here and try to make it. Spend two years up here. Don't expect to be making money because that will come a long ways later. And you know, because for your first year and 2 years, it's all about learning your ways out here. It's like, wow, okay, so now I know what the housing situation here.
Right.
You know, it could take 1 month, 2 months, and it could probably take another 3 months to learn the leasing opportunities here. You know,
Yeah, I've been here a year and I'm still looking for a place.
It takes people. You know, you gotta go to the bars a few nights to get to know more people. You know, so it takes a year and a half. And then,
Bar's the best place to socialize and learn all that stuff.
yeah, and you kind of get a idea. Okay, now I got a guy I knew that will let me plane. I got a house. Now I'm ready to do the biggest next thing is run a crew.
Yeah. Just knowing people here is everything. If you get something started, say something breaks and you can't find the part, you can't get the part, someone might have that part.
Right.
In other words,
So building a friendship with everyone, I mean, if you make bad blood in this town, it's not good because then no one wants to help you out.
Right.
If you're just a good person and you're actually trying, they'll help you out. It doesn't matter who you are. That's how this town is.
Mhm.
When I first got here, it was tough love. It was nobody knew me, nobody liked me. Even guys on the Pomeranke crew, I only knew Sean, and then I built the relationship over time.
Sure.
But I had to stick around. Even Dave Young met me at the beginning of the season. Then he saw me in August, and he's like, "You're still here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, still here." And he's like, "Wow," and I'm like, I'm tiny compared to the Pomeranke crew. Every guy on there, they're huge.
Right.
big dude. So Dave Young was like just looking down on me, like, what is this 5'8" dude doing out here trying to work on the myrtle? But I worked
you
out.
made it. You've made it this long.
It wasn't easy.
Right. But that shows a lot to them guys. You know?
Yeah, that's my suggestion to you guys. Just come up here for a couple of years. Make sure you have that money first.
Make sure you
don't come up here broke. Absolutely bad decision.
Yeah.
Coming up here broke is the worst decision. It's like a suicide mission.
You might not get even diving if you don't clean out the box, on some of these dredges. If you don't clean out the box for 3 weeks, don't expect pay for 3 weeks.
Right.
So you have to be able to sustain yourself.
Right. Now it seems like a lot of them that do show up, though, they show up broke, and just think they're going to be making money right out of the gate.
I know.
But
it is really sad.
It don't work like that.
It don't work. No.
Definitely not. But
I mean, even if you came up here,
I got fired at one point in my dad's company because I thought I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, even if you come up here, with 10 grand, you don't find gold. 10,000 will only last you about a month and a half if you're real stingy with it. I mean,
that's crazy.
How much does it cost you to fill up your Ford Raptor?
Yeah. How much is your guys' gas down there? I know you said diesel was $7.
I paid $170 to fill up the Jeep, or $160 to fill up that Jeep Cherokee.
God.
And that's like once a week.
So what's your gas? $5-6 a gallon?
$7.09, I think.
Yeah, we pay full price here.
Yeah.
God.
So imagine a dredge, where if you buy your own suction dredge, 8 or 10, you're paying for fuel on the boat, fuel for your vehicle, fuel for your pumps, your motors. If you're not making that back in gold, you're not going to make it.
It's crazy that, we have Alaska is also an oil producer, right? And I don't understand why we still have to pay full price for our oil.
They don't like it.
You guys are right there.
Literally, it's a barrel. It's only one flight away.
That's what we should do. We should start an oil drip.
There you go. Start refining your own.
No, that's what it is. Those are the real gold miners in town. It's the fuel companies.
Yeah.
We get the gold. We pay mostly our money with gold or with fuel. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you have gold
They're the
around,
real gold miners.
that's a good currency in Nome.
I bet.
One of the guys that came up here, he didn't pan out, but he came up here and he called me before he came up here, and I was like, "Hey, do you got gold with you?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, make sure you buy a 2-way." And I was like, "I'll bring a couple ounces with you and a bunch of cash," and it was the ounces that got him back home.
Wow. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, it just is. Now there's always the beach mining, right?
Well, that's hit and miss too. I mean, some beach miners, it's hit and miss with the people. I've seen some beach miners that'll get a little bit of gold and then go get drunk at the bar.
Okay.
I tried beach mining. I think me and Archie in about, I'd say about an hour runtime, we got just under 4 grams.
Oh wow, that's still pretty good.
Way up. We had vehicles. Yeah, it was with a shovel.
Yeah. Last time I went beach mining, I got 5 ounces in 2 days. 2 days.
With dredge?
No, with my truck. I went with a side by side. Filled up 8 truckloads, pretty much.
Oh yeah, yes. When I first got here, I didn't have that technology, like a truck.
No,
I had that Toyota, that little Toyota.
No, that
car.
It really depends on what day you really go out. Really.
Yeah, after the storm would have been prime time, and not a lot of people hit the beach after the storm. So maybe
you guys use the high bankers and stuff for that then?
I do have yeah, I do. I had the Proline high banker I use.
Yeah, I've got a little Keen high banker up here.
The thing is only getting drunk one time a week, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's true. You only use it one or 2 days a week or the whole season, probably.
Yeah. I mean, once the season's on full swing, sometimes you'll get a day off. Sean will be like, "Hey, take a day."
Right. So you usually work any day you guys can work. You're working.
Yeah, there's not a lot of days off for us. Usually it's like we'll take 4th of July off. That's a big celebration up at camp for us.
Right.
Other than that, unless it's like a holiday we make up, everyone's tired.
Yeah.
Nothing
I just
wrong with those.
myself.
Yeah, you gotta
I just can't
be.
see myself beach mining forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta be ready to work some serious hours if you come to Nome, especially on the excavator barges.
Right.
I think I was averaging like 125 hours every 2 weeks. Is what
But
I
I
was
mean,
putting.
when you can't go out on the water, you're still doing
There's
stuff
still
with the
maintenance to be
shop.
done. You might have a hole in a screen.
Yeah,
And like
you guys got to
Earl-
remember, he's on the water. He has nowhere better to go. That's why he's working that much hours. He's on the water. You can't just.
Oh no!
Swim
Once
to
the
the bank.
myrtle's in it, if it's too choppy, we got to bring the myrtle in. But
Yeah,
I mean,
they
think
ain't
about it
staying
like
out.
this.
They got to bring it in.
Say you have to take off, the top screen of the bottom box shaker of the top screen. It's like 1 inch steel or something like that, 3/4 inch steel. So if we have to do maintenance on that, it's a 2-day project getting those off and scooted over, and then the work done, and then put it all back on. So and then all the greasing, there's so much grease and stuff that you have to do on the Myrtle. The maintenance alone, just in hours to keep that beast going, it's honestly a feat of engineering within itself, And we're not like the Kellys where they'll have 5 guys out on the barge. It's 3 of us,
Right.
sometimes 2.
Mhm.
And sometimes, if people go out of town for any reason, like one.
Hey, wait a minute. Who'd you say? The who?
The Kellys.
Yeah, aren't you guys just a little bit smarter than that, or no?
Yeah.
Look,
It doesn't take a lot of guys to run an excavator barge.
I love that answer. I
you
love that
definitely
answer.
can tell the personality. I'm really more about the professional type
Yeah.
approach.
And that's,
you got Chris Kelly's got this, ghetto born, and dad's like
way too much yelling.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely a different type of personality. I grew more into like, wow, I can build the crawler.
Even
expand.
Sean's like that with us. If we're not acting professional around town, he's gonna hear about it.
Oh, see, that's good though. Mm-hmm.
And we're minors. I mean, minors will be minors, but
Yep.
to an extent.
Right.
Yeah, but take up for your group and stand behind yourself, and it's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's a minor to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got this show going on too. Chris Kelly's he's got this live mining, ice mining show. So I'm pretty,
Really?
believe it or not, I'm gonna try to watch it.
Now
Yeah.
I got a thing about it. Yeah, he sent me a thing, and I'm like, "What the heck is this?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh, I'm gonna have to check this out."
Yeah, it's
Well-
interesting on if he's really gonna do it or not. He just
Yeah.
knowing.
Tim, I said this 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know when they said, if the younger kid would get away from the brother and the dad, he'd be a gold digger from hell.
Yeah,
And that's
well,
still what I
that's fine.
Well, the thing with Chris is he does try.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
does. Yeah, I give him credit.
He's
Right.
out there. No, he's trying every day. We see him every day working, and even if some of his guys don't show up, like Chris does try. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
said,
I have no bad blood with any of
hey,
those.
I'm all about Ken, and you got to do about Ken. But after so many times where Ken just keeps you holding you down, you gotta break away, man. You got to go your own way.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I mean, maybe he will, maybe he won't. We'll see.
I mean, Nome's built off of good and bad investments and good and bad people.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ken Kerr did. He reminds me of a real cowboy. Yeah, let's go out there. Let's let that cable swing right in front of you. Same. But he's really one of my buddies. I just picked up a couple of pumps from him for my underwater crawler in Bakersfield. Yeah, and
yeah, that's another thing. It's like tough brotherly love out here. We'll all talk some smack.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I love how you guys I just picked up a couple pumps in Arizona. That's like, yeah, I just pulled like 2 people's gold teeth. They didn't mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's how it works. Like even Henry, Henry the Patriot Dredge. He was looking for a new outboard this year, hydraulic, and Dave Young, he's like, I got that big one over in my yard. Go check it out. You know, and that's just how it works. I mean, there's a lot of spare parts, spare pumps that people aren't going to use. You know, so you keep yourself in line. You keep with other individuals in town, and I mean, you can make it.
Right, and you help. You never know when you're going to need help. Yeah.
What's that?
I said you help because you never know when you're going to need help.
Exactly.
And
I mean,
in Arizona, when the thing goes behind, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you give it away, it's gone.
Even with the show, you know, people saw that fight and they immediately assumed like, oh, like there would never be help, you know, for the Kellys, etc. I mean, if something ever happened to them out on the Bering Sea, Sean would guarantee he'd be the first for going out there to try and, you know, help them out.
Yeah. I believe that.
If it happened when we're mining doesn't mean that it's not like that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It just shows that when you smoke too much cigarettes, you can't fight.
Oh, jeez. Well, man, guys, it's time. I guess we'll wrap it up. We'll let you guys go. But it's been a pleasure having you two here.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Now, we wish you all the luck, Chris, with that crawler, man. Can't wait to see it. And Tyler, good luck with whatever you decide to do.
Kick ass, man. I hope to see better things, man.
We'll be watching.
Yeah, we watch Bering Sea Gold. After this season, you'll see me on the next season, Bering Sea Gold Under the Ice. That'll be my first debut. So
we'll be watching.
Yeah, we'll probably have a watch party or something.
Yep.
Brian.
All right. I'm sure we will.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So much, guys.
All right. You guys take care, man. Be
Thanks,
safe.
guys.
See you.
later.
Yeah.
All right. That was Chris and Tyler all the way from Nome up there, out there on the Bering Sea. Very cool, man. Nice having them. Good guys, both of them for sure. You know, very cool.
Yep.
Learn a lot. That was a whole different perspective because they're younger guys. Usually it's a lot of the miners are older guys.
Right.
These are younger. So it was pretty
That
cool.
crawler, I mean, the Bering Sea, you know, there's rocks and stuff everywhere. That crawler can get hung up on
I can't wait to see it. I think it's gonna be
anything.
cool.
I mean,
I think
it's gonna be interesting.
pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that'll
Cool
be
to see it. It'd be cool to see it, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I think that'll be pretty neat. I wish them guys the best. I think that's cool. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up then.
Hey, who's that guy down there? Is that
Excuse me.
Jaron Wheeler? Yeah, look, check him out.
That's Jaron. He's floating down there. Doo-doo-doo.
What? Dun-dun. Dun-dun.
He even moves,
Dun-dun.
Scott.
Dun-dun.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to join us Wednesday.
Yeah.
West Coast Wednesday. And then, am I forgetting anything, Jaron?
Yeah, on Tuesday, Flash in Your Pan is going to have Anthony, the Brooklyn treasure hunter,
Okay.
on Tuesday. So if you're in the Flash in Your Fam,
That's right. Make sure and check
fam,
that
check
out.
it out.
Heck yeah, that'll be cool.
You know what's really funny is because there's nothing really out here in Arizona happening because it's like it's cold as crap. Cold as crap, folks.
And wet.
And wet. Yes.
Maybe by Wednesday or next Sunday. there might
It's
be
dude, I'm telling you, this is not what I moved here for.
something.
I am getting Ohio'd.
Pretty much. All right, we're out of here. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night, gold diggers.
Good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.
Don't get Ohio.